Item group and item group model. Item model.
So yeah, we discussed about products and product master, how to create products and how to release products in the legal entity. Then we discussed about item groups and item model groups. We have created one item group and item model group, and we have assigned to all the three products that we have released in our legal entity. So we were left with few accounts that has to be given in the item group for the inventory related aspects. So let us try to give them as well. Okay, so we don't want to stop anywhere. So I'll just try to give those accounts. Once after that, we'll discuss about the process of purchase order in Dynamics. So we'll just go to inventory management, setup inventory, item groups.
JP, can you share the screen?
Yeah, sorry. Here we go. You able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm here in inventory management. Under setup, under inventory, I have item groups. So I just click on this item group so that I can configure the accounts in it. So here also I'll go to the same page actually, or here I'll try to go to inventory management, setup, inventory and item groups. Then yes, I did this. Here I'll change the legal entity back to USMF so that we can create and copy the same accounts from USMF. Excuse me. Here I'll go for general ledger and main accounts in MRF, and here in USMF we'll go for general ledger and main accounts. So let's see here. For sales order, I said we'll create later. For purchase order, we have done yesterday. For inventory related accounts, there were quite few. So let's see if we can discuss, or we can create these accounts. This account 140200 yesterday we have created, I think. So it is there. We have to create this 510500, 510500 and 510330. So let us see what is this account. 0500 here in 10500. I'll create here also inventory profit or loss is an expense account. Inventory profit or loss is an expense account, and I'll save it. Then sorry, in this account inventory cost revaluation, I'll just copy and create that account as well quickly. Inventory cost revaluation, which is an expense account. Okay, then inter unit payable, inter unit receivable. Let's create them as well quickly. Liability account. Then Unit receivable, asset account, then this cost change variance, give it here, give it here, expense account. Then what else we have? Rounding variance we have. So let us also create this account. It's written USMF. So rounding difference account. Let's create one for the same. Rounding difference. Give it. So profit and loss account or expense account. Okay. Save it. Price difference for moving average. Cost evaluation for moving average. Okay. Let's also create these two accounts and it will be completed. I'll save it. So I have created, I think, all the accounts that are necessary for the inventory here. So fixed receipt, price, profit is what we have here in the inventory. So here let us copy the same account. So first is inventory issue. For inventory issue, I'll copy and give the same account, inventory issue account here. For inventory expenditure or loss, I'll give the same account here since we have created that in our legal entity as well. Then inventory receipt, is the same account. Then inventory expenditure profit, same account. Inventory cost revaluation, I'm sorry. Inventory cost evaluation, I'll give the same account. Inter unit payable, inter unit receivable, cost change variance, it's not necessary that we have to give all these accounts, but when situations arises, these missing accounts will throw error messages saying that so and so account is missing, and again then they have to come back and give those accounts. So that is why I'm giving them directly now only. Price difference for moving average here. Cost evaluation for moving average here. So done. We have given all the related accounts in the various places for purchase order as well as for inventory calculation and revaluation or adjustments and everything. However, we may not use all of them, but for purchase order related accounts, we'll see them getting affected during different areas while we do the purchase order. So we'll see that part. So this would be all about configuring the item groups. Now, let us discuss about the concept of purchase order in Dynamics. So how we create purchase order. So what all details includes in purchase order. We'll see. So anybody have any idea what is a purchase order? Anyone in the class? So what is a purchase order?
Company is having a requirement that time we will give you purchase order.
So company is having a requirement. What kind of requirement?
Is there any equipment is required that time?
Okay. It's not just equipment. If company needs any goods that has to be bought, suppose if company needs to buy some raw material or any other goods, anything from vendors or suppliers, we'll create a purchase order for buying the same. So once we'll select the vendor and we'll create a purchase order, and there will be multiple steps in the purchase order process. So in the P2P cycle, I think we have discussed it. What happens once we create a purchase order and all. Somewhere back here we have. So from here we have creation of purchase order, then confirming the purchase order. Then if advance payments and prepayments, we'll see the concept later. Then once we receive the goods, we'll post this goods receipt number, and then we will do the invoice. Okay, let us do this process. Let us see how it works. Okay, how this purchase order process works, we'll see in Dynamics today. So the concept is purchase order. So let us create a new purchase order in Dynamics. So for that, I'm going here to accounts payable, as you can see here. And in accounts payable, I can see purchase orders and all purchase orders. Accounts payable, purchase orders and all purchase orders. Click on all purchase orders. So I can see an empty form where we do not have any purchase order yet. Okay, we can create a number sequence here for the purchase order. So normally this purchase order doesn't have any, we'll have a normal number sequence like MRF001, MRF002, which is a default number sequence. You can create your own number sequence like PO001, PO002 if you want. So for that, again, you have to go to accounts payable parameters or not accounts payable parameters. I think go to procurement and sourcing parameters. In procurement and sourcing parameters, here under setup parameters, we can see. In this, I can see number sequences here. And here I can see purchase order number sequence. So here I can give the number sequence. So here it is selecting MRF. So I will remove this MRF from here and I'll give like PO 6 digits, yes, and I'll give it as continuous. It is 6 digits only to the maximum number. Right, if you want 9 digits, you can give 9 digits, no problem. Then other than this, what else we have? So this would be one important thing that you can use if you want purchase orders to be in unique numbers or numbering purchase orders in unique way. Then let me check if I have any workflows. I will disable them if I have any. So purchase order, we don't have any workflow. That's okay, cool. So now let us create this new purchase order from here. So to create a purchase order, I'll click on new. So select, you can see it, select the vendor account. You can select vendor. We have 3 vendors, right? You can select one vendor. So I'll select this vendor, Maruti Suzuki. There is one option here earlier called as one-time supplier. So any idea for anyone? What is one-time supplier?
We are buying goods from seller one time, only one time. That time it will be enable.
Um, kind of yes, but I'll tell you what is one-time supplier. So normally we create vendor accounts in our business. So these are the vendors what we assume that we will have regular business with these vendors that we create as vendor accounts in our business. There will be some kind of vendors with whom we only do business only once. We will buy goods only once, not they are random vendors. There can be situations when our regular vendors cannot supply goods, so we might buy it from another vendor in the market. So for that vendor, we don't create a vendor account usually because we don't regularly do business, right? We casually did business only for once. So for that kind of vendors, normally we don't create vendor accounts. We'll create a vendor name as one-time supplier, and we will have a tag there called as one-time supplier. We will tag it then. So what happens there is whenever you are doing trade with such kind of vendors, whoever it be, you don't create any vendor account. You will use same vendor, that one-time vendor account. So anytime you trade with any of the vendors outside who are with whom you do trade only for once, you will normally do use that one-time vendor account only all the time. That's the thing. But these vendor accounts that we have are the regular vendors. One-time vendor also will create one account here as one-time vendor, vendor 004 one-time vendor. For all the vendors with whom we will do transactions randomly or only once in a while or only once, we can select that one-time vendor account rather than creating it as a vendor and maintaining a record for it. You can use that one-time vendor account for all those kind of vendors. Single vendor account you can use. That's it. So I'm selecting this account vendor Maruti Suzuki and I can see this address here. So delivery address. So from where this delivery address is coming? Whose delivery address is this? Any idea?
While creating vendor account, we have given the vendor business address, like warehouse address.
While creating vendor, we have given vendor warehouse address. Okay, but goods are being delivered to my place, right? Not to vendor place. So why should vendor address come here?
Yeah, actually, while creating the legal entity, we have given this address. Is it?
Correct. While creating the legal entity,
Yeah,
we have given this address as warehouse 1 MRF.
yeah.
So we also have one more address. Maybe let us see. We have this one. This is the business address. I think this is the delivery address. So system automatically picked this delivery address. So let me see what kind of addresses we have. I'll just go to view details. So just taking here directly, not here. If you want me to show there, I'll go to just organization administration. Come on, here, legal entities. This is our legal entity. See, we have business address as well as delivery address. Delivery address means the address to where the vendors have to deliver the goods. This is our delivery address. So system automatically picks the delivery address here. So it considers the delivery address. You see, this option is for delivery address only. So we have discussed this point, the purpose of giving this address. So the address purpose will help in this way by taking the delivery address automatically. If you want to change this address back to any other address, or if you are having multiple delivery addresses, you can drop down and select the new address if you want. It's up to you. Then you can select the site and warehouse, but we don't have any site and warehouse created for our legal entity, I guess so. So I'll try to create one warehouse and site. It's a normal setup I'll do. I don't do any complex setups. I'll just right click here, create a new warehouse, give the warehouse number as 11, warehouse 11, and just save this. I need to give the site for it, but I don't have a site to even. So where is this site option? Here. So I don't have a site, right? I'll also create a site, but just click on view details here, create a new site here. One, call it as site one. Not everything, I'm not filling everything, just giving this. You can add addresses for this site, so where it is located, how many warehouses you have in this site, you can add multiple addresses. I'll go back to the warehouse and I'll give this warehouse number. If I want, I will also create one more warehouse as 22. Warehouse number 22. Then I'll give the same site for this as well. So within one site we have two warehouses, warehouse 11 and 22. Okay. Now I'll go back. I'll select the site and warehouse. So I'll give site and I'll give warehouse as 11. So that goods will be tracked when it just gives a dimension, storage dimension, that goods are being sent to this particular site and this particular warehouse. So completely a supply chain setup, but just for your understanding sake, you can see this. That's all. Then one more important concept is here you can see purchase order number automatically taken as PO0001 because we change the number sequence, right? As PO00001. So in this format only system takes. Then purchase type option we have. Purchase type should be purchase order. If you create journal means you cannot confirm or go ahead with the purchase order. It is just created as a draft order. But if you create as purchase order means then you can create. If it is a written order means you can create written order. We'll discuss about that topic later about how to create a written order or return the goods. Here you have to select purchase order. So by default it is taking journal, right? If it want to take by default as purchase order, you have to give one parameter. So that parameter is again in procurement and sourcing. Procurement and sourcing parameters here. So here default values, but purchase type should be purchase order. If you give this, whenever you create purchase order, system automatically will take purchase order as the default. Earlier it took journal, right? So it will take purchase order from now on. Then accounting date and delivery date. So accounting date and delivery date you can give as you wish. So accounting date, let us give it today's date. Delivery date, when you want delivery date, you can give that delivery date. Suppose assumption is that vendor would deliver goods by 10th. So I give delivery date as 10th. Okay. Then this purchase agreements and everything is not necessary. You can click on OK. So these are the few important things. Selection of vendor account, looking into the address as well, giving the site and warehouse purchase the storage dimensions, and then selecting the purchase type as purchase order. It is very, very important. Remember it. So I'm clicking on OK. So I can see purchase order is created here. I'll edit this. So purchase order is created. Purchase order also have two levels. Just like in any journal, we have header level and line level, right? Here also we have header level and line level. So currently we are in line level since you can see these lines getting activated. If I click on header, it will take me to the header level where I have multiple headers. So you can see if I will collapse all, these are the header options I have. General, we have some details. Setup, we have some details. For address, we have some details. So in the same way for delivery related concerns and all, we have many details. If I go to lines, I can see a normal uh, detail here and then a complete line here. So all these options we will discuss further. Today, let us discuss about how we can create purchase orders and how we can do accounting with the purchase order, or how we can proceed with the purchase order and steps included in the purchase order. So we have taken a vendor and created a purchase order. You see PO number 1 and vendor number 1, Maruti Suzuki. So we have to buy some goods, right, from vendor. So where we select goods is the option. So we select goods from here. here you can select the item number. So you can see 3 items here. So how can I see 3 items here? What are these 3 items?
Created products, right?
What?
Those are
One.
released products.
Yes, released products in our legal entity. Yesterday we have released, right? So you can see the item group as test, and we can see these 3 products, MRF 1, 2, and this rubber also we have released, right? So we can see all the 3 of them. So what we will do is, 1 second. So we will select one of the product for buying from the. So I'll buy this cycle. Okay. I'll buy this cycle from Maruti Suzuki. Maruti Suzuki sells cars, I know that too, but let's just assume. So MRF is selected, cycle is selected. Then the thing you have to select is quantity here. How many cycles you want to buy? You can select here. Suppose you want to buy 2 cycles, so you can select 2 cycles. So unit price is showing up as 1000 here automatically. Any idea how it is showing as 1000 automatically? Anyone?
We have given the price.
We have given a default purchasing price to the item yesterday when we created this item. I'll show you. So here, click on the item number. It will take you to the item that we have created yesterday. So here you can see under purchase order, I gave the default price as 1000. So we can see the default price as 1000 we gave yesterday. So system automatically taking that 1000 as a default price here. That's the thing. So if you want to change it, you can change it. If you change it back to something like 1200, it will take, and the total amount will be 2400. So the net amount you can take here, or if you can change it back to 1000, and it will take 2000. You can give some trade discounts if you want. So you give trade discounts here, not cash discounts. Okay, remember that point. You can give them some trade discounts here if you want to. If you give a trade of 10, I can see 1980 now, because on 2 cycles 2 into 10, 20 is decreased, so you can see 1980 here. So this is a trade discount. I'm not going to give any trade discount. I'm just going with this now. So this is how we create a line for the buying of a good. So if I want to buy multiple goods from this vendor other than cycle, if I want to buy anything else, I can click on add line here, this one. So it's taking so much time. So another line is created. So actually I see this warning message because vendor code is not authorized for this particular product. It is saying we can give this authorization to the vendors by doing one thing. Actually go to product information management, then released products. Suppose we are buying this cycle, right? For this cycle, if you want to authorize vendors, I click on purchase. So here I can click on approved vendors. So I think I can give from here. I don't think so, not from here. Other than this, what else we have? Approved vendor setup. I can add vendors here. So I can add a vendor account as approved vendor for buying this good. I'll add all the 3 vendors for buying this product. So you can also give the expiry date for the approval of. So you can't buy goods from those vendors. You can't buy. No, it doesn't mean that you can't buy, but system shows that warning message all the time that this vendor is not authorized to sell those goods. You don't buy it from that vendor. It says like that. Okay, here again under purchase, under setup for the second product also I'm giving approved vendors. Come on. Then I have this product as well, so I'll give quickly this one. Add. Fine. Now let us do something else. So this we have given approval, right? So this warning message will not come once again. Now once if I save it and refresh it. Okay, I'll close this. So here I have created new line, right? So I can select another product to buy. So I can select this rubber here. If I want to buy rubber, I can select rubber. So this is line number 1 and this is line number 2. So how many tons of rubber you are going to buy? See, this will be calculated in tons because yesterday I have given the unit of measurement as tons, right? So 1 ton of rubber I'm going to buy, which is for $10,000. So here I can buy 2 products from one vendor at a time if I want to buy 2 cycles plus 1 ton of rubber, both of them. Or you can add as many lines as you want here within a single purchase order, or you can create multiple purchase orders for the same vendor. That is also a thing you have. Here for now I'm removing this line. I'll only do one line purchase order just for giving you a simple overview. Okay, so is it clear until here how to select a product in the line and how to give quantity, unit price, and check the net amount for all of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, okay, perfect. So then what the next step we have in this is, so purchase order, we are in creation of purchase order. So we have created purchase order, select item. Okay, quantity, item price. Okay, this is done. So the next step is confirmation of purchase order. So what does it mean by confirmation of purchase? So we have created this purchase order, right? So what we will do is we will confirm with the vendor that is he delivering the goods by so and so delivered date. So we have given a delivery date right here. Confirming with vendor, right? Like if they are delivering it by 10th. So vendor said that yes, they are going to deliver it by 10th and they're going to deliver the goods anytime. So delivery might take time. So they will deliver, but there are probability chances that it might reach in time or before the time or later that date. It can be there. So, but vendor confirmed me that he's going to deliver the goods. So what I'll do is I'll click on purchase here. You see here, purchase. We have multiple tabs, purchase order, purchase manage and everything. Click on purchase. On purchase, I have this option under actions as confirm. You can see, right? Purchase confirm. So before I click on that, I can show you something else. Normally, when I create a vendor, when I create a purchase order, it will show as open order initially. And here I can see the status as approved. So normally it shows as draft, but if we have workflow, it will show as draft when created. But once workflow is approved, I can see it as approved. Okay, here since we are not using workflow, it automatically shows as approved. So initial status of the order is open order and I can see it is approved. Okay, So now I'll go to purchase and I'll click on confirm to confirm the purchase order. So it takes a while and it does generates the confirmation. So here you can see the status is changed to confirmed. Earlier it was approved, right? So it changed to confirmed. And it is still an open order because you do not do any action further, like you did not receive any goods or you did not invoice the order. If you receive the goods, it will change to received. If you invoice it, it will change to invoiced, which means if you completely invoice the order, it will change to invoiced. Okay. Now the date is there here and vendor has delivered the goods. So vendor have delivered the goods to the warehouse. So we have given warehouse address, right? In the delivery address. So is delivered to the warehouse and the warehouse manager have received the goods and call the procurement team and told that we have received the goods from so and so vendor. So we have received 2 cycles, he said. So we have ordered 2 cycles only, right? So we can confirm the receipt of the goods. So we can post the product receipt on this. So that is the next step we have. Post the product receipt on receiving the goods. So upon receiving the goods and getting confirmed from the warehouse manager that goods are received, we can post the product receipt. So here we have the option of product receipt. Under receive, we have option called as product receipt, generate product receipt. Excuse me. So under receive, we have product receipt. So click on product receipt. One second, guys. Came back. So once clicked on product receipt, I can see this product receipt here. In the product receipt, I can see the same details, PO number and the vendor name and the product receipt date you can give. So assume that we are receiving the goods on 10th, right? So 10th on Sunday, we have received it to the warehouse. So I gave it as 10th here. Then one important thing is this one, product receipt number. You can give the product receipt number here. So what is product receipt number? Any idea? Product receipt number also called as goods receipt number. What does it mean by product receipt number? Anyone have any idea?
Is it in acknowledgement?
Actually, goods will be delivered to warehouse, right? But invoice will be delivered to our business address because we have to pay it from the business address. But when they deliver goods to the warehouse, they will also send a slip along with the shipment, saying that in this particular shipment there are these goods. So they'll just mention the details of the goods that are within the shipment in that product receipt number. So that particular product receipt number will be unique, that is given by the vendor. So you can give that product receipt number here. Suppose if the vendor given product receipt number is like PRN21, so I can give that PRN21 here. So that's what we give. The slip number, that is if they have a unique number on the slip, the slip that is sent by the vendor along with the shipment of goods. So we can see that here. You can give that here manually. So once after giving that, you can also check the line for how much quantity you are doing the product receipt for. If you, since you have received two goods, you are doing the product receipt for both the two goods, 2000 and 2000 totally. If you have received only one good, not two goods, then you can change this quantity to one only, so that you can do the product receipt for only that one quantity you have received, or you are confirming that goods received is only one quantity and there will be one quantity pending on this purchase order to be received. Okay, so tomorrow we will do more product receipts, like multiple product receipts for a single purchase order. For now, I am receiving both the goods here, two goods, 2 into unit price 1000, totally 2000. Okay, and I will post this product receipt. I'll just click on OK and it will automatically post the product receipt. The only thing that you need to do is you have to give the product receipt number and check the quantity that you have received, so that you can post the product receipt for the same quantity. Even though you have posted the product receipt for higher quantity than what you have received, you can normally change it. I see an error message here. Let me see what is this error message. Financial dimension, isn't it? No. Physical remaining quantity in the unit A must be other than 0. Physical remaining quantity in the unit each must be other than 0. So we are buying, right, not selling. So why is it showing an error message? Some error related to the product side. Physical remaining quantity. Let me see the product. Site warehouse is here. What's wrong with this unit? Each okay. Unit class quantity okay. System of units none. All good, right? What's wrong? Let me check with the product once. Physical remaining quantity. I don't have anything here. Available physically, we don't have anything. Let me try to receive it once again. Let's see what happens. I'm clicking on receive again. Since that product receipt is not posted, I'm posting it once again. Okay. So I can give the same number, PRN 21. Okay. Then I can give 2. Then 1000 and 2000, all good. Then 2 cycles, all. Click on OK. This time it posted. I'm not sure what's went wrong, but now it is posted. Okay, once the goods are received, normally system posts the accrual entry for the goods that we have received. So we will see that accrual entry, where it is posted and how it is posted. You can see it here in this option, receive here only. Once after posting, you can see product receipt here. So before that, I'll show you that this status of this is changed to received. You can see here. Earlier it was open order. So once after we receive everything on this purchase order, two goods are there, right? We received two of them. So we can see this order as received order now. So now I'll go to receive and I can see the posted product receipt here. The journal for product receipt I can see. So I can see PRN 21 is posted on so and so date. I forgot to change the date actually earlier. That's okay. So then I can see the voucher for this, what it was posted in the voucher. So these vouchers and entries are important. Oh, I'm sorry, this voucher is not posted. If you want this voucher to be posted, we have certain parameters to be enabled, and I think I forgot that parameter to enable. Accounts payable, product receipt, accounts payable, setup accounts payable parameters. Here I have a parameter, post product receipt in ledger. So if I don't give this, this financial entry will not get posted. So I have to enable this parameter for sure. So I enable this. For this purchase order, I think we don't get any voucher since we have already posted it, or we can cancel it and we can again post it. I think let's see this time. So I'll try to cancel this one. Product receipt, I'm canceling it. If I cancel it, it will entirely cancel everything. It will cancel the inventory that is received as well as the voucher that is posted. But we do no voucher is posted, right? Anyway, no, there won't be any financial effects, but inventory will get deducted or cancelled. So this is cancelled. Now I will do one more product receipt for the same two quantity. Since I have cancelled it, I need to see the order changed. So now it changed back to open order again. Since we have cancelled the product receipt, right? So if at all there are situations where we have wrongly done, we can cancel that product receipt, or we can also have the option of correction. So I'll show you that correction option tomorrow. Now again we will do the product receipt. So this time I want to see that entry. So for the financial entry only I am doing it. For that I have enabled this parameter as I told you. Okay. Then I'll go to purchase order, again click on product receipt and I'll post the product receipt. This time I'll give us the same number, PRN 21. I'll give /2 means second version. And I give the product receipt date here as 10th. So earlier I forgot to change, right? So this time I'll change it to that I'm receiving goods on 10th of October. So I can say I'm receiving two goods, 1000 each and 2000. Click on OK. Again, I have an error message. You must select the value in the customers field in combination with the following dimension. Okay. This is because of this advanced rules. I think I should remove those advanced rules. For now, I'll give the financial dimensions again. Okay, I'll change it here. Financial dimensions. I'll give this customer financial dimension in the header level. I'll also give all these dimensions. That's better. Department, location. I'll save it. So update dimension in the line level as well. Okay. It updates dimension in the line level as well. So this header level, we give it for if we give it in the header level, system asks me to update for all the lines. So for line level also we have financial dimensions. There are chances that we might have multiple lines in the purchase order as I told you earlier. So for all the lines it will update. If you want to check it on the line level, you can go to line here. Under line you have line details. For this line, select this line and you can see the line details for this line. Here you can see the financial dimensions option somewhere here. So see all those dimensions got updated here. So once you make any changes on the purchase order after doing anything, if at all you have confirmed it, and if you make any changes again you have to confirm it. See the status here changed back to approved. So you have to confirm it again and it should be in confirmed status here. If any changes that you make once after confirmation, system will say you that you have to approve it once again or confirm it once again, sorry. So you have to confirm it once again here, right? Confirm. confirmed it. Now I will post the product receipt. It's on receive. Click on product receipt. PRN 21 version 2. I'll give it as V2. Okay. It should post this time for sure. It is posted. You can see it is posted. Then I can go to receive and I can go to product receipt under journal. So I can see version 2. That one is first cancelled, right? So I can see the new one. So for this I can see the voucher, the financial voucher that is posted. Here it is. The financial voucher. Accrued purchases is credited. Finished goods inventory is debited. So when we buy any goods or when we receive any goods, we have inventory received into our company. So we have inventory account debited always. So inventory is the asset account, right? So inventory account debited because we received the inventory. So in the opposite to that, accrued purchases account will get credited. So it's a kind of liability account that we are liable to pay to a vendor, right, on the inventory that we have received. So instead of vendor account, since we do not do invoice for the vendor yet, temporarily this accrued purchase account will get credited. So later it will get reversed. I'll show you where it get reversed. Upon doing invoice, it will get reversed automatically. So this is the entry when we get what we get when we post the product receipt or receive the goods. So finished inventory will be debited and accrued purchases will be credited. Clear, guys? Anything confusing in this for anyone? Sairam?
No, Jay, it's clear.
Okay. Sushila is here?
Yeah, no.
Okay. I'm sorry, I think volume is less here. Okay. Now let us go for the next step in this process. So we have received the goods. So what is the next step? Next step is invoicing the purchase order. So when we invoice the purchase order, so once upon receiving the goods, we have posted the product receipt. But once upon receiving the invoice to our business place, or if the vendor emails the invoice to my company's official email ID, then I can invoice the purchase order. For the goods that I have received, the two goods, I can do the invoice. Okay, only when the vendor sends the invoice to me and I can see the details on the vendor invoice, like if he is adding any additional charges, what is the amount of taxes he is adding, or I can see if there are any discounts given by him, we can add the cash discount code, or what is the terms of payment he gave on the invoice. And we can also search for anything else if we have on the invoice, like if we changed any price on the invoice comparatively. So on purchase order, we have entered one price. Earlier we have agreed one price, but he might have sent an invoice with different prices. So there can be chances because of increase or decrease in the prices in the market. He can also change them in the invoice. So if at all there are certain changes like that, you can make that. So let us see the process of doing invoice. So I am still in the purchase order page. Now I can see it is received. It was confirmed earlier only. I can see it is completely received now. So to do the invoice, I have this process. Click on invoice here and click on generate invoice. Invoice and generate invoice here. So once I click on generate invoice, a invoice will get loaded automatically. So this is the invoice. I have some compulsory fields to be given, one of which is invoice number. Invoice number is the compulsory field. First that I have to fill the invoice number. So what number we will fill here in the invoice number? Anyone, any idea? Saidip.
JP.
So what number we will fill in this invoice number field?
Might be the PRN
Bill
number.
number.
No, PRN number was the goods receipt number that is sent to warehouse. So they send invoice now to my business address. Okay, remember one point. Whenever vendor sends the invoice, there will be a unique number on the invoice from the vendor side, right? Every invoice will come with an invoice number. So that unique invoice number, which is given by the vendor on the invoice, that only you will enter here. Okay. So this particular number that we enter is unique number, which is printed on the invoice by the vendor. So that number only will add here because it will help to match your numbers with the vendor. Suppose someday if you have an issue with the invoice, you can call the vendor and say that I have this so and so invoice or which was sent by you, invoice number so and so. I have posted in my system as so and so. Is it the same that you have sent to me, or is there any variances, or why do you have any troubles or issues with this? You can discuss. But if you give any other number, then there will be a problem or mismatch of invoices. There can be a lot of times you will buy similar types of goods and you can post similar types of invoices, but each invoice is differentiated only with this invoice number. Okay, do remember that. Give this as a unique number which is given by the vendor himself on the invoice. Okay, suppose the invoice number was like MSI 45. So I gave the same invoice number, Maruti Suzuki invoice number 45. I gave it as, I gave that invoice number. I can give this invoice description. 2 cycles delivered, just like that, or 2 cycles, or you can give it any other invoice for 2 cycles. You can say like that. Then here you have to give the invoice date. This is important. If you don't give invoice date, system will consider the posting date. Posting date means you are posting for today, right? You can also change the posting date if you want to. Since you are posting it for today, system will consider the invoice date as today's date. But I'll give it back to something like 12th. Okay, goods are delivered on 10th, right? So my vendor gave me the invoice on 12th, and on invoice also vendor gave the same date as 12th, considering from 12th. Or sometimes invoice will they'll give the invoice with the same delivery date. When as and when they have delivered the goods to us, they will give the same date on the invoice as the invoice date. So from there, actually this cash discount days and the terms of payment days will be calculated according to this date that we give. So I am giving that date now here. Then I can scroll little down. I can see a line created automatically. See this line automatically created here with two quantity, 1000 each, 2000, and everything good. You can see the product receipt number which is considered by system, PRN 21 version 2, and you can see the purchase order number here clearly. And here you can see default from product receipt quantity. So normally it is taking the product receipt quantity for invoicing, and everything is clear, right? I mean, the quantity is good, same, price is same, and line amount is also same. I don't have anything additional to be added it. So tomorrow I'll show you what additionals we have to add and all, in case if there are any. So this would be the normal invoice that I'm doing. Is it clear until here for everyone?
Yeah.
Seshu.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
If this is clear, then we have two steps. So here I can see something called as match status, which is not performed. So this is some kind of validation we have. There are certain validation rules we can give for invoices. So we will also discuss that part. That is very, very important. For now, in order to see if it is matched or not, I can click on this option, update match status. If you click on this, system will automatically review the prices and quantities and see if there are any differences between purchase order to invoice. So there are no differences, right? So it is showing as passed here. You can see it is passed. Once the status is changed to passed, you can post it. If it is failed, you can't post it. There are different situations when it fails and other options to follow when what to do when it fails. Okay.
Time is better. Cover my bit.
So
Cover my for the
then since it is showing as passed here, I can post it. So you have to click on this button earlier to update the match status. Earlier it was showing as not performed. Once I click on this update match status, it automatically changes to passed. Once it is passed, I can post the invoice. It is the option I have here, post the invoice. So I'll post it. Hope so that we don't get any dimension errors. If at all, we have to give normally it defaults the financial dimensions from PO. In PO we gave already dimensions, right? So the invoice is posted. You can see it is showing that the invoice process is posted. So invoice number MS45 is posted. Once after posting the invoice, you don't be in the invoice menu. It will automatically bring you back to the purchase order menu. Here you can see. It will automatically bring it back to the invoice menu. Sorry, in the purchase order menu. Invoice menu will get closed automatically. Now you can see the purchase order status changed back to invoiced. See here, invoiced. Okay, if you want to see where the invoice is posted and what is the financial entry that is posted for invoice, you can see here under invoice. Again, click on invoice. Earlier we have done this one, right? Generate invoice. Now we can see this invoice journal here. So under journals, I can see here I can see invoice number, posted date actually, and I can see the purchase order number and the voucher number generated, and I can see the invoice amount as 2000 and due date as so and so. So for this vendor, I think we have autumn due date. As in that, I think we have net 2 days or net 5 days due date. So accordingly, it took this due date. Then let's see the voucher that is posted here. In this voucher, I ignore this raw material receipts one. It's completely zero. It's not needed actually. Other than this, you can see 4 lines here. So I'll explain you these 4 lines. Okay. So earlier when we have done product receipt, accrued purchases account got credited and finished goods inventory got debited, right? So that accounts got reversed here. So you can see accrued purchase account got debited here and finished goods inventory got credited. The product receipt entry will get reversed automatically when you do a purchase order. Accrued purchase account got debited and finished goods inventory got credited. Earlier, when we have done product receipt, finished goods inventory account got debited and accrued purchase account got credited, right? System posted an accrual entry. Since now we have an original entry, I'll explain the original entry. Since we have the original entry in place, system automatically reverses the product receipt entry. Now it posts the original entry. You can see the original entry here. Finished goods inventory again debiting for 2000, accounts payable account crediting for 2000. So we are liable to pay the vendor 2000, for which we have received the finished goods inventory of 2000. So that is the entry, original entry of the invoice. Accounts payable credited, finished goods inventory debited. Along with that, you will have the product receipt entry getting reversed here. That financial effect we have posted accrual entry, it will automatically gets reversed here. And we will have accounts payable account credited and finished goods inventory account again debited. So for this we have used same account, so it is taking the same account actually. You can use 2 different accounts also if you want. See, this is the posting type. Cost of purchased material received is the first one. Cost of purchased material invoiced is the second one. For both our situations, I think we gave the same account 14 140 200. You can maintain 2 different accounts you want. Finished goods inventory received, finished goods inventory invoiced. You can give 2 different accounts. But since I don't want to use 2 different accounts, I gave to 1 account only. So this is the entry we have. So any confusion in this, anyone? Is it clear or you want me to explain once again? Understanding this is important because in every interview they will ask you this question.
Yeah, clear.
Okay, Saideep, is it clear?
Yes, JP.
Okay, so if it is clear for everyone, I'll do quickly one more purchase order and show you, I mean, step by step process quickly, and then we can wind up class for today. And tomorrow we'll discuss everything in a descriptive manner and all the fields and options available in Dynamic in various places. Okay, so can somebody guide me how to create a purchase order now? Anyone? So I can see this order is confirmed and invoiced. So if I want to create a new purchase order, how can I create it? Please guide from here.
Click on new.
Okay, click on new. Then
Give the vendor account.
select a vendor. I'll select Sahara. Okay. Then see this purchase type is taken as purchase order automatically because we changed that parameter in the procurement and sourcing parameters. Then I'll give the site and warehouse. I'll give site as 1 and warehouse as 11. To which that place I have no, I want the goods to be delivered. Delivery date optional. You can keep it as same or you can change it to some future date. Okay. Then that would be all. Click on OK and it creates the purchase order number 2. You can see the purchase order number 2. And then what next? The next thing is select the item which you want to buy from the vendor, right? So you can select the item here. Which item you want to buy? I want to buy this iPhone 12 from this vendor. Suppose iPhone 12 mini, I am going to buy it. Okay. So since I have selected iPhone 12, this is not a product, right? This is a product master. I have certain variants in this product master. We have created yesterday, right? Some attributes like color, configuration, both of them, or color and storage we have created, right? So we have to select that which color and which configuration you want. So where it will be somewhere here in the product. Where is it? Here. In the line details, you can see here two compulsory fields, configuration and color. For this line, so this line details are specific for each line. If you create multiple lines, it is specific for each line details. You can see configuration and color here. 1 second, guys. Okay. You can see color and configuration. You can select one of them. So I'll select the color. I can't see the color. I think I should see the color. Not sure why I can't see it. We have created colors right yesterday for this product, and let me see from here. Go to view details. So we have created these colors right already. Not sure why it's not showing. Let me give the same again here. Black, blue, yellow. Save. What is this? Replenishment weight is not required. Display order. It's also not required actually. Configuration, I'll give the same here. The description. So I'll save it. I'll try to go back and see this time if it shows colors at least. Here I think select entire combination, range, inventory, dimensions, colors. Not sure why I can't see them here. I Did we miss something? I think we missed something. That's okay. I'll check it later. So I'll just remove this line and select a product this time for not product master. Okay, I'll just add another line here. This time I'll select the same cycle. One cycle I can select. So I can change the quantity to 1 or 3 or anything. I'll buy only one cycle from him. I select unit price is 1000 and net amount is 1000. So I can change the unit price if I want to. I can change it to any amount. Okay, once after creating this line, the next step, what is the next step we have discussed? Selecting item selected, quantity selected, item price is selected. So the next step is confirmation of PO. So where do I confirm the PO? Sadeep, where do I confirm the PO?
Active
No, here under purchase, I have confirm. So
actions.
I'll write the steps here. Purchase actions confirm. Okay. Before I confirm it, actually, I have to give the financial dimensions. Again, it throws the error message, right? So I'll just try to give the financial dimensions for this purchase order quickly. Header level. So I'll give this customer. So I can see this how this department is by default coming because for vendor, I think we gave it as a default dimension. Give the location as well. And I will go to lines. So it asks me update dimension. Yes, update dimension for lines as well. All good. Then now I'll go and confirm this. So here it is approved, right? So once after confirming it, it will automatically change to confirmed. So now you can see it is confirmed. So you can only post a product receipt or do an invoice only the purchase order is in, if only the purchase order is in confirmed status. Okay. If you make any changes again, you have to confirm and do the next action. Remember that. So the next step is that we have to receive the goods. For that, we have to click on receive, generate product receipt. So click on receive, generate product receipt. As I told you, the compulsory field you have to give is here product receipt number. So you can fill a product receipt number SHPRN 01 something like that. And good receiving the goods on so date like 10th of October. I will change the date. Then I can see cycle one quantity 1000. I'm receiving it. I'll click on OK. So here I can see it is posted. I mean product receipt is posted. If it is posted or not, you can check from here. Under journals, you can see product receipt activated here, which means product receipt is already done. So I can click the product receipt and I can see such PRN is posted. I can see the financial voucher that is posted. Finished goods inventory account is debited and accrued purchase account is getting credited. So you can also see from here purchase accrual account is get. So this is the posting type, system's default posting type. These are the account names we gave. That's all. You can remember this one if you want. So it's not cost of purchase material received, or you can say that inventory received but not invoiced, or inventory received. You can see purchase accrual getting credited and inventory received getting debited here. After that, the next step is that invoicing the purchase order. So if you want to invoice the purchase order, you can click on invoice here. Click on invoice. So once after posting the invoice, I can see the invoice journal here. So I'll click on invoice. I can give the invoice number here. I can give something like SHR 23. Invoice description optional. Invoice date, I'll give it as 12th of, or I can give any date, no problem. Meaning give a date that is after the delivery date. That would be good. And then What else I have? What else I have is checking the line here. Check the line if everything is clear. So one quantity is brought up, 1000 I see, net amount is 1000. I can see all. Then I can click on update match status here. So it is showing as passed. Here, click on update match status and I can see it is passed. So once it is passed, I can post it. So you can see that this invoice is posted. Invoice number, I mean SHR23 is posted. So how you can see here the status of the order is changed to invoiced and it is confirmed. And I can click on invoice and see the invoice journal that is posted here. So here that is posted invoice. Click on view voucher. You can see the voucher. I mean, ignore this account. I'll just remove this account in a while. Okay. You can see the accrued purchase account is getting debited for 1000 and finished goods inventory is getting created for 1000, which is the actual product receipt entry getting reversed here automatically. So other than that, the original entry that will remain is this finished goods inventory, which is getting debited, or the inventory received, inventory invoiced account getting debited, and accounts payable account getting credited. So we are liable to pay the vendor 1000, and for that we have received 1000 goods. This is the remaining entry. So that's all we have in this invoice. So for invoicing, I told you can have to click on invoice and generate invoice. So once after generation, you have to give the invoice number, click on update match status and post it. So these are the various steps we have. Give invoice number, date, date match status, post. These are the various steps we have. So let's copy it and paste it here. So I just explained you the flow today. What are the steps to follow? In the next class, we will discuss about various options we have within the purchase order header level, line level, as well as in the invoice level. We'll see all those options, and I will also show you how to create multiple product receipts for a single purchase order, how to create multiple invoices, and that combination scenarios I'll tell you. Okay, so all clear until here today, what we have discussed, how to create purchase orders and how to invoice them, all of you. So I can see both the orders are invoiced now. Is it clear, guys, for all of you? Seshu? Think I have.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I think we have crossed a lot of time today. That's okay. I'll stop.